Breaking news, a man jumped out of a moving cab on a local freeway, then he made a run for it.
Yeah, 10 News reporter Jared Aaron's live in City Heights where police found the guy. And boy, he was pretty banged up, Jared.
Yeah, he was pretty banged up and the cab driver was pretty shocked. Imagine what must have been going through his head when the guy riding in his car unbuckled his seatbelt, opened the door and jumped out as it was still moving. Cab driver tells us that car was going about 40 miles an hour. It happened right over here on the freeway entrance to the 15 North near University. The cab driver was pretty shocked, even though he says this has happened to him now twice before today. This time, though, he says he'd been driving the guy around for about a half hour. He was taking him home when he jumped out. Then that man got up and ran off. Our 10 News breaking news tracker caught up with him a few blocks away after police and paramedics had found him. The guy was laying on the ground, bleeding from his head. Paramedics were treating him. They took him to the hospital. He had pretty bad cuts and was fairly dazed from the jump. The cab driver tells us that they'd been in the car for about a half hour. The guy had racked up a $45 cab fare, but he says there was nothing during their conversation that made him think the guy would try and jump out and skip out on paying. Live in City Heights, Jared Aarons, 10 News.
Thank you, Jared. Happening today. Hundreds of